Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to another Throwback Thursday. I know it's been a few weeks since I've done this, but I felt kind of the need to just talk about this book all of a sudden. What is this book? Well, this is Works of Darkness by EA Koetting. This is the XCR first edition that I have. Let's get the XCR sigil there. And this came out in 2007, the first edition. Oh my god, will you guys stop it? My cat Cosmo's acting up because I just took Jerry to the vet, and I guess he thinks I pulled a bait and switch because I guess Jerry smells different. So he's just kind of like freaking out about it. And I took Cosmo to the vet Tuesday, and Jerry didn't pull the same stuff. But for some reason, when Jerry came home today, Cosmo's been acting weird about it. I mean, clearly it's the same cat, so I don't know why he's acting like that. But I mean, that is his brother. It's kind of ridiculous. So, anyway, I know there's a lot of controversy lately surrounding EA Koetting. I'm not going to get into the specifics because there's all of these videos online about him. You know, you can look it up yourself. I mean, but a lot of people blame him for this horrific murder that happened in the UK when a Arab guy actually, I can't remember, I think his name was Hussein, something, but you can find a video about it. And he stabbed like 2 girls in a park, and he was on Become a Living God website, and of course people had to blame EA Koetting for it. So the first thing I'm going to say about this is you cannot choose your fans. I mean, that's like how in the 80s AC/DC were blamed for Richard Ramirez committing crime and murder. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. It's like, you know, he didn't tell him to kill. And I'm not like a fanboy of EA Koetting or anything. I'm just saying, like, blaming this guy for a murder is ridiculous. But, whatever. I mean, people like to scapegoat, and rather than blame it on, oh, it just happens to be a psychopath that was into EA Koetting, it's EA Koetting's fault. So, getting into this book, you can get this book on Amazon now. It is on paperback, finally. Back when I got this, it was out of print. It was long out of print. These editions are pretty pricey if you want the XCR editions. But as you can see, they're beautiful. The presentation's pretty good. Anything by XCR is amazing. So, this is kind of a great book to get into. It goes into different symbols. This is a great beginner book. You know, he talks about Baphomet here. And I'm glad he said, instead of Leviathan cross, he actually said that it's a symbol. It's an alchemy symbol for sulfur. Yes, thank you. So many stupid Satanists like to say that this is like Leviathan's cross, which is bizarre, because it's sulfur. I mean, even Anton LaVey said that it was sulfur when he introduced it in his Satanic Bible. So, talks about using blood and ritual. Blood's alive, yep. Going into entering the darkness. It's great that he goes into Shiva here and kind of the whole Tantra thing. He starts off here with that a little bit. You know, towards the end here, you start getting into the baneful magic. The spirits of the dead here. Demonic evocation. So, my thoughts on this is a great beginner book if you are interested in black magic in general. He does a pretty good job breaking it down. It's a hell of a lot better than a lot of the other Become a Living God books. Over the years, like, I kind of lost interest in a lot of the EA Koetting books because after a while they just seem kind of overpriced, and you know, not to I mean, the one thing I will say is he is like a satanic guru. I mean, he's one of those guys that believes that he has the answers to the universe and all that, and the only thing that really angers me, honestly, about buying his books is, you know, inherently you're just feeding into his drug habit. Basically, you're funding his drug habits because he's a crackhead, you know, and he's been involved in meth too. His real name, I think his real name is James, if I'm not mistaken, but he was arrested in Utah for drug possession, and there's just so many stories about him. And so when you, like, buy his books, you know, from Become a Living God and all that, and you spend, like, huge amounts of money, I mean, you're just giving this guy more money so he can buy more crack, and you're just feeding his drug habit, and that was when I started pulling away from EA Koetting. And I was like, look, I can't fund a crackhead and take it seriously. I mean, I just can't. But, I mean, he's done a lot of interesting things. So I'll give him that. But his early books are definitely a lot better than some of the newer stuff. This being probably one of the better ones. But, I mean, if you guys want, I can pull some of my, I have a lot of, I do have some Become a Living God books that were by different authors. I have like three of his demonic gatekeeper ones. But I did do a video where I talked briefly about the Satan book and the demonic gatekeeper and how much of a letdown it was, really, how political it was, because a lot of his books now have intros by this guy named Timothy, and, you know, he's a neo-Marxist, so he pushes, like, a lot of the communist stuff in those books, which is annoying. But you have, like, a lot of authors now that are starting to leave Become a Living God because of all the controversy. It's probably one of the reasons why Orly Stewart stepped away from Become a Living God also. And I read her Godia, however you want to pronounce it, book, and I really was not impressed by it. So I wouldn't recommend Orly Stewart, to be honest with you. But she does do some good videos online too, I'll give her that. But yeah, I just, you know, a lot of this stuff is just kind of childish in a way. But I definitely, you know, I recommend it, like the Works of Darkness. I recommend it. So if you are going to buy like any EA Koetting book, I definitely recommend this one. It's good for beginners. It'll get you started. And yeah, I mean, there's not much more I have to say about this. It's the type is just right. I mean, it goes into sigils, how to make sigils, which is excellent because there's not a lot of books that go into making sigils, magic squares, things like that. He does have blood rituals, baneful magic, yeah. So, it's definitely going to get you there. He did do a separate book called Baneful Magic, that was also published by Ixior. All of these Ixior books have different sigils, like this is Astaroth, but some of them have other sigils as well. So they all have different sigils from the Goetia on them, but they have the same dragons and all, but the sigils are different. So they're beautiful editions. But like I said, paperback's available. So yeah. Anyway, if you did like this video, hit like and subscribe. And sometime in the future, I'll do a video just kind of showing off my Become a Living God books and kind of go over some of them. Some of them are a lot newer, so I didn't want to put it in a Throwback Thursday. I figured I could get away with this because it was 2007, so I think it's a little bit, you know, older now, so that was kind of my justification for bringing that out for Throwback Thursday. But the other ones are, you know, it would just have to be kind of a separate review. So anyway, hit like and subscribe. Thank you.